up, boy? What's popping?
Nothing much, man. It's the summer, so we're getting
Summer's here.
into the Money in the Bank season, SummerSlam season.
Yes,
So yeah,
sir. But that's not what we're going to be talking about today. We are going to be talking about the World Heavyweight Champion. That's today's topic. And also a little bit of the new Women's Championship. But the main
mm,
topic is the World Heavyweight Champion. Not Seth Rollins, the past, the one from 2002 to 2013, right?
yeah,
So, um, we found this out I think it was like last week. We found out that the Seth Rollins new World Heavyweight Championship is a new reign. I don't know how to
lineage or new,
lineage.
yeah.
So he is the first ever to hold that World Heavyweight Champion. Um, yeah, I know you had some thoughts about that, so let's hear it right now.
I mean, it's sad because I did want to I mean, obviously the champions they have are still recognized as champion, but I wish they kept the lineage because there's a lot of great champions,
Right.
and like I could mention a few like Triple H, Edge,
Hmm.
Rey Mysterio, Undertaker. Obviously, I will talk. We'll have a list of matches for that too. But like, there's a lot, and then we have a list of wrestlers too that were
Yeah.
like, our
It,
top 10.
to me personally, as long as they bring it up, because even with the World Heavyweight Champion when they brought it the first time they brought it in 2002, though Triple H was considered the first World Heavyweight Champion, but WWE still acknowledged it as the World Champion and the WCW Champion. They were like
Yeah,
they acknowledged saying Ric Flair hold this title, Bret Hart, Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hogan, Sting, So they did acknowledge like this is the title um that these former world champions used to hold, but here in WWE it's the new reign. So as long as they do that for this new world heavyweight champion, I'm okay with that.
yeah.
But so far, you said so far I haven't noticed that. I don't know if you have.
No, they just call it like they say, oh, this former greats. Like I don't think they mentioned that either.
Mm,
I don't know
interesting.
why they wanted to get rid of it because I think I said in our private conversation like the reason they probably didn't they wanted to like separate it because like a lot of the champions of the World Heavyweight title are like controversial or they're like blacklisted now. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, at the same time, it's like okay, Benoit was the big one, right?
yeah,
But then like if we go with for example, Alberto Del Rio, that's a gimmick name.
yeah,
He doesn't go outside in the real world saying, "Oh, I'm Alberto Del Rio." I
yeah,
don't know his real name, but you know what I mean? It's a character that
yeah.
you had in WWE. So I don't understand what's the problem with that. And the other one, obviously, CM Punk, but it's like CM Punk is just um
Mhm.
he hasn't done anything compared to Alberto Del Rio and
Yeah,
Benoit, so I wouldn't really put him on that list.
yeah,
But I mean, but Benoit was always been that big one that we don't talk about. But at the same time, it's just like, well, we're not talking about Benoit, the person, we're talking about the wrestler. So
yeah,
it's like that's two different things. Unfortunately, I think Chris Benoit is his real name, right?
yeah.
Or
That's his real name.
yeah, so that's the only problem where it's not like we can't ignore it. But like if Chris Benoit wasn't his real name, I'm pretty sure it's like what's the problem? It's a character,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I think that's why I was initially like, yeah, those three guys. I mean, yeah, like obviously, like CM Punk didn't do anything like criminal or anything like that. It's
Right.
just like the way he left WWE and the way he criticized them, and obviously, now they don't want to be like, oh, we don't want this guy to be,
Mhm.
So that's probably why. But I mean, there's other people that have left WWE. Like Jeff Hardy was a two-time
Right.
champion, but he's not like well, well, obviously he committed some stuff, he's getting better, thank God, but like.
Yeah.
I don't know. They just probably want to wipe away some people from that list. Like, okay, this is our new list, our new championship.
But
It's
why are they acting like they're not gonna have any issues in the future?
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
Like
what if like somebody like, yeah, I don't know. I think they just wanted a clean slate with it.
yeah.
But I still wish they did keep the lineage because you have a lot of great champions. We have a list. We both have a list, so it's
Mhm.
like we can make our top 10. But like, I wish they do keep it, so you could keep like, oh, this title holds the reigns of these people, you know.
Right.
And we
And
grew up with the title. It was pretty much our childhood. 2002, 2013. Yeah,
right.
we were like what? I was probably like 2002. I was like
I
like
was like in fifth or sixth grade. No, I was not in sixth grade. I was in fourth grade at
yeah, I
that
was
time.
like let me see, how old was I? I was like 13, so my like teenager years to
Yeah.
like 2013, like so teenager to like
But you used to watch WCW, so you
yeah,
seen that belt even in your
yeah. We were
when you're
growing up
young.
during the Monday Night Wars. We were like,
Yeah.
we were there. I like, obviously, I never went to a WCW show. I could have, man. I could have been like, "Hey, mom, let's go to
Hmm.
like because they were in Rosemont Theater, I think." So I go like,
Hmm.
"Hey, can you like drop me off at can you take it to Rosemont?" Because we went to SmackDown and stuff, and Raw.
You know, SmackDown is the only live show I never went to.
You've never been to SmackDown?
No, I've been to
Jesus.
SmackDown house shows, but I never had a chance to go to watch SmackDown.
Wow.
Yeah, it's because at that time growing up, my parents worked uh the
Yeah.
night shift. When they worked the night shift, it was Tuesday through Saturday,
Uh,
and they were off Mondays and Sundays, so it was easier for them to take me to pay-per-views, events, and Monday Night Raw. So, but yeah, like SmackDown, it was never,
so,
and I was a SmackDown guy too.
so to this day, you haven't gone to SmackDown, or you have?
A house show. So technically,
Uh,
no, I've
no.
never been to a SmackDown show.
I mean, even my wife has been to SmackDown. She's not even a wrestling
Yeah,
fan, bro. Like, what? Wow.
I never had the opportunity to go. It was
We got,
never, yeah, it was never like, oh, I don't want to go see SmackDown. It was
yeah,
like, I just never had the opportunity to go. I'll always
yeah,
check and something will come up or I can't get the day off from work. So, yeah.
yeah. I went as a kid, I think once or twice I think with my brother and some of my cousins because they're older, so they already had a car and all that. They were like already like
Mhm.
20 years old. So we were like young, they were older.
Right.
And then I went recently. I went like last 2 years ago, like the 2021 I went or
Mm,
2020, yeah, or 2022. But yeah, we gotta make that in the list, bro. We gotta add
yeah.
that when they come back to Chicago.
Yeah.
I'm down.
I gotta go to a SmackDown show one day next time
We
they come
got,
back.
yeah.
So yeah, I know it. Like I miss all these opportunities to see the Undertaker live and all that.
Oh,
So it's
dude.
just like, yeah, it's
I
horrible.
remember when I went to SmackDown, I did see Eddie Guerrero live.
Mm,
I was like, the side of like the side like where here's the stage, like the fist on this side,
right.
like
Oh yeah,
on the
yeah.
he was like right there. You know when he came out with his lowrider,
Mm-hmm.
we saw him. We're like, oh Eddie, oh
Oh,
dude, I
nice.
was
That's
so like
dope.
that was like before he died too. I think that was 2003 or four. Yeah, before he became champion, we're like, ah,
Well, speaking of Eddie Guerrero, you know
yeah,
Eddie Guerrero was gonna have a world title run
yeah.
before he
That's how.
passed.
Oh man, that would have been a what if,
Yeah.
That's why
Apparently,
he would have
yeah.
definitely been on my list if he was a world champion.
Yeah, there was rumors that it was going to be Batista on a SmackDown show. It was going to be Batista facing Randy Orton and Eddie Guerrero for the World
Whoa,
Heavyweight Champion. And Eddie Guerrero was going to be walk out as champion,
yeah.
heading towards WrestleMania to face Shawn Michaels for the World Heavyweight Champion.
I was
Yeah.
there. I would have
And
been so lovely, dude.
yeah, man, that match would have been like match of the decade.
Oh my
And
god.
yeah, but then there was also rumor that Shawn Michaels was going to win the Royal Rumble to fate, and he was going to challenge Eddie Guerrero because Shawn Michaels didn't want to be on SmackDown, but
Ah,
he was willing to feud with Eddie Guerrero like as a temporary thing, or just for a paper, like for WrestleMania. Like, yeah, I'll show up here and there for SmackDown to like to
yeah.
for the draw, you know. But he didn't want to stay. He didn't want to be like a full-time roster on SmackDown.
Hmm.
So, but then there was also rumors that Eddie Guerrero wasn't going to be world champion. Batista was going to be champion, and he was going to face Randy Orton at WrestleMania for the world title.
Wow.
And then we were still going to get Eddie Guerrero versus Shawn Michaels, just no title. So
Yeah.
it was gonna like
Man.
they were gonna try to figure out a way for, but then it was like at that time, I think they were doing. I don't think they did it for that pay per view for that year's WrestleMania, but they've been doing like a Raw versus SmackDown kind of thing. So that was gonna be the idea of it if Eddie Guerrero wasn't gonna be world champion because Shawn Michaels was gonna win the Rumble and he was gonna
Yeah.
challenge Eddie. And then the other option was Raw versus SmackDown
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and yeah, that match would have been fantastic. No
Man.
doubt about it. Now the real question is who was gonna win? Was it gonna be Eddie Guerrero? Was it gonna be Shawn Michaels? So
Yeah, that'd be. Oh man, that would have been
uh,
nice.
yeah,
Wow.
that would have been like amazing.
That would have been a top 10 match for sure. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, what if?
What if? But now going off topic, they just revealed that Asuka is now the kind of surrendered or vacate. They stopped the Raw Women's Championship, brought in a new Women's Championship. This is another title where we have no idea. Is this a new legacy, a new reign, or is this going to continue the reign of the Raw Women's Champion? So,
Because this is the dirty.
what's your thoughts on that?
Same thing. Like, I mean, hopefully they keep the lineage too. There's a lot of great champions. I
Mhm,
wish they kept, initially when because it was like the Women's Championship, Divas Championship, and then they split the titles to Raw, SmackDown.
mhm.
They kind of didn't keep the lineage of the Women's Championship of any of them, right? The Divas
Not
Championship was
really.
totally
Yeah,
different, and
yeah.
then the Raw and SmackDown were like totally different. They never
Mhm.
continued. But out for this one, they got lazy with the design, man. Like, you have opportunity
Yeah.
to update the title. Come on, you couldn't even like you guys had all this time to like make up a new design,
It's because
make it unique.
WWE is a brand, and that's all they care. They want to show off the logo, and then
Yeah,
plus they're doing, and the reason is because you know how they give out the titles to like whoever wins like a championship, like the
yeah,
NBA, football, you
yeah,
know, they'll give them a WWE title. So that's why they're doing that. That's why they won't change that.
yeah. But at least like how they added the World Heavyweight title, make it like you could have the wing. What if you made the women's title the Winged Eagle one? Just put a
Right.
WWE logo on there, big one.
Yeah.
Or if you just make the women's championship the original one, like the one Trish Stratus had, that
Hmm.
circle one, just add a WWE logo on there, like a big
Yeah.
logo, you know?
Yeah, they could bring back the Attitude Virgin title and just have the
Yeah,
big WWE logo.
yeah, and then
Yeah, like
the
I get what you mean. It's just like I'm getting tired of that title. It's just like it's not as great as they think it
yeah.
seems.
I get it, it's for branding, but at the same time, you want it to like mean something. But also, I hope that they keep the lineage. That's my concern. Like, keep the lineage of the
I
Smack.
highly
She was
doubt
Raw.
that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, why you guys keep updating the belts? Like,
And why Asuka? Why not? What happened to the Smack? What's going on with Rhea Ripley?
well, they made this Raw Women's Championship into the WWE Women's Championship, and they're making the SmackDown Women's Championship into the WWE Women's, World Heavyweight Women's Champion or whatever, World Champion. I don't know how they're gonna. It can't. Well, they don't usually call it heavyweight, right? When it
Let's
um
see. Nope. Okay. So no. So they just changed the name. It's not gonna
oh
be a Raw title no more.
no, they keep the lineage. You think?
Yeah.
Okay, see that's the thing. I wish they did that for the World Heavyweight title. Like, keep the lineage.
Yeah.
But if they
So
if they do update the other one, it should make it like the women's championship, like the old one.
so the question is because now this title is now
Mm-hmm.
called the WWE Women's Championship.
Mm-hmm.
The title that Rhea Ripley holds, what is that going to be called now?
It's gonna be the World Championship, WWE Championship or something.
That would be weird.
Yeah, I know it's kind of like, well, if they call it the World Heavyweight, I'm like, I don't know. They'll
But
probably be
so, gosh, so
or
Rhea
call it the
Ripley,
Divas.
Ripley is on Raw, who is
Yeah,
a SmackDown Women's Champion.
yeah.
Bianca Belair was a Raw Women's Champion, but got drafted to SmackDown, dropped the title to a Raw superstar, Asuka.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, instead of having Rhea Ripley showing up to SmackDown with the SmackDown Women's Championship to reveal a new women's champion, they were like, Asuka, come to SmackDown as the Raw Women's Champion, and we're going to give you a new title. So what's gonna happen to Rhea Ripley's title on Raw? They're gonna give her like it's just and here's the other thing that bothers me. Why did Asuka win the freaking title? Why couldn't they just do that with Bianca Belair?
I don't know, man.
That doesn't make any sense because now it's just like, why did she drop the belt? Don't get me wrong, I was getting a little tired of her being champion for so long already. And I feel
Yeah,
like if she was gonna drop the title, she should have dropped it at WrestleMania.
yeah,
But it was just like I thought the whole purpose was it was because Asuka was gonna be she's on Raw and Bianca's on SmackDown. That's why she dropped the title. But now Asuka's the champion, and they're like, "Hey, come to SmackDown. We're gonna give you a new title." It's like, why didn't
so,
you just do that with Bianca?
yeah. Wait,
And
so
then
Asuka's officially part of SmackDown now?
no, she's a Raw.
Oh, okay. So okay. I don't know.
That's why people are confused on why did Asuka go to SmackDown for you guys to give her a new title? Why not wait to Raw? And
Yeah,
also, why Asuka and not Rhea Ripley?
yeah. It's crazy.
It's just like they're doing too much where it's just like what? And then if they were gonna change the title, why have Bianca drop the title?
Yeah,
It you know, it's I don't know. It's the damage is done.
yeah,
I feel like there was other ways, but oh my gosh, my wife, my baby girl, she, she's back, bro. Charlotte Flair, woo wee, god damn.
yeah.
So happy, so happy. I know everybody's not excited to see her that she's back and she's cutting in front of the line.
Yeah,
But
she's like,
hey,
that's her gimmick. She's like, oh yeah,
yeah,
I am the lion. I'm like, that's not a gimmick. That's just
hey,
like
you know
being
what?
Ric Flair is not a gimmick, you know?
I love Charlotte. I don't care, you know. But hey, you're telling me you're not excited to see Charlotte Flair versus Asuka?
I'm excited, but like, I don't like how she's gonna be
Like, because
champion eventually.
you think she's gonna be winning the title. That's
Yeah.
because it's like a spoiler.
And
Yeah,
it's
I get
also
that
like,
part.
because it's like, okay, your gimmick is like, I think we talked about this before. Like, her gimmick is like being a champion.
Right.
How long can you do that for? Like, how many more years you're gonna do it? If she wrestles for 5 more years, right?
It's not up to her. That's
Yeah,
WWE.
I know, but they want to make her the Ric Flair, but they didn't even recognize all Ric Flair's title reigns. So what the heck? He's actually
Yeah.
21 time champion, not 16. Why not just recognize all 21? And okay, if you want to make her a real Ric Flair, make her 21 time champion or 22, just to
Right.
beat her dad's streak, you know? But yeah, but the world heavyweight title, I mean, they might make Rhea Ripley the world. I don't know heavyweight because like every time you see like even in the UFC, there's no woman that's a heavyweight. You know, they're all
Right.
bantamweights or straw weights or
Yeah, because
featherweights.
I think TNA is the knockouts women's champion. At one point, it was just the knockout title.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know what direction. Me personally, this is me personally.
yeah,
I like AEW, what they're doing with their women's division. I wouldn't say all that. I like what they're doing with their titles because you have the women's championship and then you have the TBS champion. It's not a women's like a women's world heavyweight champion.
yeah,
It's just like it's a mid card title.
yeah,
So I wouldn't personally do that with Rhea Ripley, but I feel like that's what they should do. Like this is
yeah.
your we have one world women's champion and then we have a mid card for you guys.
So, so you're saying like they should make Rhea's title like the Intercontinental title?
In a way.
Yeah, but not Nicole.
But yeah,
What would he call it though? Like, you want it to be unique, so you don't want to be the women's Intercontinental
well, no, yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter. It could be the women's United
Galaxy
States
champ.
champion. Yeah, I want to go all that. But
Yeah,
like the point is, they could have a mid card, and then the women's champion could jump around in every
yeah.
show. You could have her SmackDown on Raw because she's the women's world champion. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Because
So
it,
the only title left is the tag team, pretty much just split at this point. Well, let's see. They haven't fully split the Raw SmackDown one yet, but
no.
the women
Would you want them to split the tag titles at the moment? At like, well, yeah, at the moment, right?
not right now because I like Sammy's and
Yeah,
Kevin Reign, but like if they do lose it, they should be a way to like you know what split it. You
yeah,
know, because there's a lot of tag teams, but like there's only so much opportunities. You know. That's why they split the initial, the other titles because there was like, okay, these same people are champions, might as well,
Mhm.
you know. Or the Universal, I no, because Roman Reigns had both titles, so like there's less opportunities. But and then tag team was all Usos for
Right.
how many days too. So I'm like, now they have another tag team. Like, why not just split it eventually? Get rid of those silver nickels titles. Make them nice. Actually, make them nice. Like, don't even like put a big WWE logo on there.
Bring back the old
Oh,
WWE
dude,
titles.
that
The tag team
SmackDown
titles,
one
yeah.
and that Raw, the World Tag Team
Yeah,
titles, dude.
bring
I
those,
feel like
yeah, bring those titles back.
going and buying one. I'd just be like, who
Just
wants the
just
second
put the
one?
just put the new logo on there. That's all you
Yeah,
got to do.
yeah.
Jeez, it's not that difficult.
Even
But
the old tag team titles were nice, like the old ones. The ones like the
right.
Dudley Boys had and like the Hardy Boys.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't
I thought
like
you said,
the raw one, the
oh, the
weird.
red one. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
the that one that was like in I don't remember where like Rated R KO used
Oh,
to
yeah.
hold. Yeah, that one I never liked those tag team titles.
Yeah.
That was like dumb. But going back to the world heavyweight champion,
Mhm.
Seth Rollins is like the man right now. It looks like he's gonna have a feud. It looks like leading into Money in the Bank. Hopefully, we're gonna get Seth freaking Rollins versus Finn Balor for the world heavyweight champion. This is gonna be a SummerSlam rematch. So that's gonna be something exciting to see. But now the roles are reversed. Finn Balor is the heel. Seth Rollins is the baby face right now. Uh, so do you think Finn Balor? Do you see him as the next, not defeating Seth Rollins at the moment, later on in the future? Do you think Seth Rollins, sorry, Finn Balor is like a future world heavyweight champion?
Yeah. I do see that because it's like he never got a title and he never got another title for the Universal, right? After he relinquished it
Woo! It's been a
a couple
while.
years. But
Yeah,
he
his
hasn't.
opportunity was against Brock Lesnar,
Oh, yeah.
2019 at the Royal Rumble. That was his opportunity. Because when Finn Balor came back, he didn't came back until after WrestleMania 33.
Okay.
And he was in the main event picture, but then he never had the opportunity at the world title.
Okay.
So it took him a long time. And then again, with Roman Reigns, when was it? Was it like 2 years ago, I think?
Yeah.
So
So I think he should, but not right now. When he's
mhm,
raw, yeah, and then obviously, oh, he's on Raw, so it's good to he's on Raw. But like, not right now would not be the best time. Give Rollins his dues because he's earned it.
right.
He's lost so many matches last year, I think, right? Even this year, he lost a lot of matches until recently. Then last year he lost to Cody, he lost to Riddle, he lost to
Nah, oh well, he beat Riddle at Clash of the Castle, but
okay.
yeah, at Extreme Rules, I believe Matt Riddle won that one.
I think he lost like more than 80% of his matches in
Mhm.
2022. And then
Pay-per-views,
pay-per-views. Yeah, he
pay-per-views.
barely won. And then this year he barely won like the title. What else
Yeah.
did he win this year? He beat Logan? No. Did
Logan
he beat
Paul, yeah.
he beat Logan Paul and that's probably one out of like I don't know. Yeah, I would see Seth Rollins staying champion for for a while. At least give him like 6 months. I mean, six
Right.
months is especially with Seth. He's like his character's super hot. He's on fire. He's in a
Yeah, I mean,
movie, so they want to
he's been
advertise.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, now he's in Captain America. They don't call it New World Order anymore. They probably got like, sued by WWE or something. Now
Did
it's
they
called
really?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know, maybe, but now it's called Brave New World.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think because he's going to be in the Captain America movie, they're going to keep him as champion for advertising purposes.
Right.
So the movie doesn't come out till what, like the fall, probably? I don't even know. I don't know. I remember
I thought it was coming out in 2014. I ain't gonna lie.
the new one,
Yeah, the Captain America. That's what I thought it was. I
2024, bro. You said 14. Like that's like 10 years ago.
oh.
I know what you meant though. But
Did
like,
I
no,
really
yeah.
say that?
Yeah, 2014. I'm like, what?
Oh,
2014? But yeah, I think they'll keep him champion for a while for advertising purposes, and then I could see him like, let's give somebody else a chance, Like, I
I
don't
could see
know.
Seth Rollins champion all the way to WrestleMania.
That could be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, because it
Why
really
not,
does.
you know?
Yeah, because it's like if you could have a good few months feud with the Judgment Day because you have Seth Rollins. Oh my gosh, you have Finn Balor, you have Dominic, you have Damian Priest. Even though Damian Priest already had the opportunity, but you
Mm.
know, he could always have a rematch. I don't even know why even got an opportunity where he lost to Seth Rollins in a tag team match. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, like that's like a 2 or 3 months feud right there, and then Cody Rhodes, Brock Lesnar. You know, AJ Styles. I don't know who else is on Raw. The Miz, there's so many opportunity for him to be like to have him hold the title all the way to WrestleMania. The question is, if he does hold it all the way to WrestleMania, who is he gonna face at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
So
That's gonna be the question.
yeah. But going back to the World Heavyweight Champion, the legacy of the world from 2002 to 2013. Do you have your top favorite world heavyweight champion?
Yeah, I do actually.
All right, well, let's get started with this loose baby. All right.
So you do it.
We could go back and forth.
Okay.
GG. All right, well, for my number 10, I got Christian.
Ooh, okay.
Christian. I know even though he had a very short title reign and he was basically doing the hot potato, but it was like the moments of him winning the title. And also, even though his feuds were against Randy Orton, man, those were some classic matches, man. Those are some classic matches. And I got to see Money in the Bank with Randy Orton, even though it wasn't a DQ, but he the fact to see him win a world title, it was just like, oh my gosh, it was like a special moment in my heart. Like that was my match. Like that was my main event. So don't get me wrong, I bought ticket to go see Punk and Cena, but that was like my main event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My number 10 is Jeff Hardy.
Oh, okay.
It's just good to
Damn.
see him champion. Obviously, he had the feud with CM Punk.
Mhm.
That's in my top 10 matches. I'll say that later. And also, he had another match with Edge too, which was a
Mm.
banger. So yeah, he that's why he's 10. Obviously, like I didn't expect him to be champion, but like I still give him my top. I know I should rank him higher because of the matches he's in, but like overall, like he had banger matches with like CM Punk and Edge, but like obviously they're shorter reigns, you know.
Right. Yeah, my number 9 was Jeff Hardy. And like you said, it was just like though he was playing hot potato with the title, it was like it was a great feud where he had with Edge. It was a great feud with CM Punk. Great matches, great storytelling. But yeah, unfortunately, it was just a short reign, and the feud was short as well because at that time, he got released
Yeah,
due to his, what he was doing in his personal life.
yeah.
So yeah, so Jeff Hardy, my number 9, definitely agree with you on that part. So now your number 9.
My number 9 is Shawn Michaels. He had one reign, but
Mm,
it was I like because it was his last title, right? His last World WWE Championship, and also the way he won it the Chamber match at was it SummerSlam or Survivor Series?
Survivor Series.
Survivor Series 2002 with what Triple H, Booker T, Rob Van Dam, Kane, Jericho, and him. So I
Mhm.
think it was one reign, but it was still memorable because of his feud with Triple H.
Right. Yeah. And yeah, like winning the world title and then also that one match with Triple H at Armageddon, two
Yeah.
out of three. No, well, yeah, two out of the three stages of hell. The first fall was a street fight, second steel cage, and then the third, if necessary, which obviously it was necessary, was a ladder match. And that fall that Shawn Michaels took from the ladder. So yeah, like no, that number 9. I mean, I feel like if you were to put him in the like your top 10, I feel like what really,
Yeah.
but as your top 10, yeah, most definitely because though it was a short reign, like he had two fantastic matches. The one he won, and then that match where he had with Triple H.
And they were
So
best friends, so they made it better, like a better feud. So that's why,
I at
yeah,
that time,
he had one reign, but
yeah, at that time, I don't think they were best friends at that time.
oh no, okay.
Yeah, I think because I think Triple H was just got burned by Shawn Michaels so many times that he just didn't trust him. But eventually they obviously reconnected.
Yeah.
So that was your number 9. My number 8 is Randy Orton. Um, obviously my favorite time when he was world champion was with his feud with Randy Orton with Christian. So yeah, so basically that's what I said about Christian. It's the same thing what I'm gonna say about Randy Orton. Though it was cool when he did beat Benoit for the world title, but that's not like the reason why I put him on my list. I put him on my list because of his feud with Christian and also that match that he had with Mark Henry at Night of Champions. So
Okay,
my number eight,
nice,
Randy Orton.
nice. My number 8 is Christian. Same thing you said about Christian. Same stuff. Like you say, it was like hot potato, but overall, he had good matches with people. Yeah, he and I think he deserved it too because he worked so
Yeah,
hard in WWE. So it's kind of good to see him have a title reign. I mean, obviously after that, I think the only title reign he got after this was what he went to Impact, got the NWA
yeah,
NWA TNA World Heavyweight Champion, and then he ended up winning an Impact title later on and recently. But yeah, I
right.
think he definitely he worked for it and he earned it. That's why I think I'll
Mhm.
give him number 8.
Yeah, and I feel personally Christian Cage should never had that hot potato
No,
title. I feel like, well,
and
to
he got
be,
3 reigns too, right? He
yeah,
got three. He got like three of them.
did
Like,
he?
hey, we'll just give you
Did
all of them
he?
now.
I,
Yeah,
it was the Extreme Rules where he won it. He lost it to Randy, I think, like the week later, and then he won it back in Money in the Bank. So I think he's just a two-time ring.
2 time. Oh, okay. But
Yeah,
still, 2 times is like, you know what? We'll just give you the belt twice.
yeah.
He-
I feel, and then I feel like Randy Orton. Well, to be fair, Christian was never supposed to be world champion. So
Yeah,
because of Edge's retirement. But I feel like Christian could have hold the title all the way to Over the Limit and drop
yeah,
the belt to Randy Orton then and not a week later.
yeah.
So, but I feel honestly, personally, I feel like Christian Cage or Christian should never have dropped the belt to Randy. He should have dropped the belt to Randy all the way to Money in the Bank or SummerSlam.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like Christian Cage should have had a long reign. And also, I feel he could have had a longer reign longer than that because I feel like he would have helped a lot of the young guys at that time.
Yeah.
And Christian is amazing, amazing as a heel. He does not get the credit he deserves
No.
being a heel.
Dude, that
So,
stuff, even recently when he talked about like Jack Perry or Luke
mm,
Perry, he's like, bro, that's Christian. Like people are like, oh, he's so mean. Like that's him the whole time, bro. He's been a heel.
yeah,
That's what his character
like
is.
that's when he's a heel, he
Yeah.
goes off.
Like
It's
he's
just
good
like,
as a
oh,
face, but he's like, oh yeah, my piece.
he's
But then
yeah.
when he's a heel, he's like, dude, come on.
No, yeah, I
Stay
know.
a heel.
When he's a heel, he knows how to pitch people's nerves. But when he's a baby face, he knows he's that's why I don't get like why Christian is like, dude, why are you like you gotta go back to Impact.
Yeah.
Like you gotta go back to Impact because he was great at Impact. And then AEW, I mean, he's doing pretty well, but at the same time, it's like, you could do better. But what number was that for you?
That was an 8 for me.
So my number
7.
7, I got Sheamus. Sheamus, obviously, he defeated Daniel Bryan. That was a crazy moment at WrestleMania, that 18 seconds. But my favorite match of his and what kind of like made me be like, oh, Sheamus got something here is when he had that match with Daniel Bryan at Extreme Rules in Chicago, 2 out of 3 falls. Fantastic match, one of my favorite matches of his. And then he went on and I believe at Over the Limit, he faced Alberto Del Rio, Chris Jericho, and Randy Orton in the Fatal 4-Way match. And then he had a match with Dolph Ziggler at No Way Out. Fantastic match. And then after that, he had a feud with Alberto Del Rio for a few months, and then the Big Show. So he had a fantastic feud, so many great matches. I feel like the Alberto Del Rio feud was a little bit long than it should have, especially since Alberto didn't like take the title off him because it was like, why are we still getting this feud? I feel like who should have gotten more opportunities was Dolph Ziggler. Um,
Okay.
So, but yeah, Sheamus had a good run. I did enjoy his run. So yeah, that's why he is. And I had more favorite matches of him, like I enjoyed watching. So that's why Sheamus is number 7, fella.
Nice.
Does he say fella or is that Finley?
That's I think that's yeah, that's Sheamus.
Sheamus. All right.
My number 7 is The Undertaker.
Ooh, I do not
Yeah.
have him on my list.
No, wow.
No,
Because he defended it twice at the WrestleMania. He defended against Ed. No, he defended against Edge at WrestleMania.
no, he won it against Edge.
No, but he no, I mean he faced him. I mean
Oh,
faced him, and then he faced Batista at
mm-hmm.
WrestleMania 23 in Detroit, right?
Right.
And he had 3 reigns. I mean, I'm glad he got his reigns in because I know he. I was crazy how like even when he was like hot, like new in the beginning, he never got so many reigns. He got like one or two, then all of a sudden he got three in as the world heavyweight champion. So I was like,
Did he? I thought he got more than that.
no, I thought he was a 5-time champion
So
total.
the first one he ever won was against Batista. A year later, no wait, so Batista, he was champion all the way.
He beat Edge, I think, right?
Oh, no, no,
He
yeah, and then I think then he went on beat Edge at 24, and then Punk and 9, and then yeah, I think it just 3 title reign.
yeah,
Hmm.
but they're memorable title reigns, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Like some people I didn't put on my list because I'm like, this guy had like one reign and then like it was botched. But he had 3 of them, so it was overall pretty good because he had title matches at WrestleMania, 2 of them, and then
hmm.
he had the feud with Punk. I think the feud with Punk started with him like was Punk winning the belt, and then Jeff Hardy he was over Jeff Hardy, and then the lights went out, and it was Undertaker. I was
Yes.
like, dude,
That
yes,
was moment. The only problem is I feel like they kind of botched the CM Punk feud could have been a little bit better. It was good. It could have been
yeah,
better.
yeah,
But I guess it was because it was CM Punk or something. I don't
yeah,
know. But it could have been better.
yeah.
So my number 6, I got another short reign. I got Kurt Angle.
Ooh, okay.
Kurt Angle. The reason why is because I was shocked that he showed up at the Battle Royal when he won the World Heavyweight Champion. He had a great match with yeah, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. At that time, looking back, it was okay, but at the time it was a great match for me when he had that feud with Mark Henry. And after the match, the ring broke, or not the ring broke. The Undertaker shows up and then he
Yeah,
breaks the ring with
yeah.
lightning. Having a feud with the Undertaker, having that fantastic match at no way out. A match that was supposed to happen at WrestleMania and it should have happened at WrestleMania, but whatever. Oh my gosh. That match that does not get the credit it deserves. Like, oh my gosh. Kurt Angle, The Undertaker, they tore the house down. People were upset. Like, why wasn't this at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
The Undertaker would have the Undertaker had Kurt Angle in a triangle chokehold, roll over the Undertaker 1, 2, 3. Imagine Kurt Angle breaking the streak that way.
Oh
Oh
my
my
God.
god, dude.
We
And
would
in
have died.
Chicago, bro,
We would have broken the city. We would have been a riot.
bro, that would have been freaking awesome. But no, no, they decided to do it at No Way Out. God damn. And
Wow.
then they gave the Undertaker Mark Henry in a casting match. I was just like, instead of giving him a classic wrestling match, 30 minutes back and forth. Oh my gosh, whatever.
You're
Both
like,
Kurt Angle and The Undertaker got screwed at WrestleMania that
yeah,
year.
they did. Damn, bro.
God damn. God damn. Anyways, that's enough said. That's the reason why Kurt Angle was on my number 6. Technically, yeah, he should be in my between the 5 and 7, but it's like that match alone, and then obviously the triple threat.
Yeah.
But no, he had a
Wow.
great feud with Mark Henry as well, which I can't, that's
Yeah.
surprisingly. But no, obviously my favorite one was with the Undertaker. So
Okay. That was your number 6, right?
yes, sir.
My number 6 is Batista.
Ooh,
Just like
Big
how like
Daddy.
that's how well for me I think he had 4 reigns. I think because of also it was his weight is was that breakout championship. He had that feud. He ended up breaking off the feud with Evolution. So I remember he did like a thumbs up.
Oh yeah. Oh, when he won the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. I knew that was gonna be
The
like
thumbs
special.
up, the thumbs. Oh, what do you mean the thumbs up? I mean
He
Triple
does
H
the,
did that.
and
Oh
then
yeah,
Batista
yeah.
did the same thing too. He's like,
Oh, okay. I got what you mean. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I was like, what are you talking about? I got
you
confused for
know,
a
and then they had a match at Vengeance 2005, right?
second.
2005, Batista versus Triple H. That was fire at Hell in a
Hell in a
Cell.
Cell. Oh my
And
gosh.
then
Another
Batista's,
great classic
yeah,
match that
and
people don't talk about.
and
Jeez.
Batista versus Taker, like I mentioned, WrestleMania 23. I wish he did have the match with like Eddie Guerrero. That would have been like top 10 for sure too.
Did you watch his match against Eddie Guerrero and No Mercy?
Well, Batista?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember it. I think I did watch it, but it's been a long time since I
Yeah.
watched it.
Watch it back. I want to get your opinion on it. I enjoy it. I felt like it was flat.
Yeah,
I felt like it was like it could have been better.
yeah, I get
Yeah.
you.
I don't
I
I
gotta
don't
watch
know.
it then.
Yeah. Or maybe it was because of the ending. I know there was rumors saying that Eddie Guerrero did not want to take the Batista bomb. So he was like, you're gonna finish it with a spine buster.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that was kind of weird. And then when I saw that, I was just like, what? Maybe that's why, because I was like, Batista never won with a spine buster before. And I honestly, personally, I think Batista's finisher could be the spine buster that he does. Like it's sick.
Yeah.
But when he hit it on Eddie Guerrero, I was just like, oh, okay. Like, is that supposed to happen?
Yeah.
Yeah. And plus, everybody loves the Batista, especially at that time. I was a huge Batista fan, so I wanted to see when he does the Ultimate Warrior thing,
Yeah.
and then the thumbs up, thumbs down, hit him with the power bomb. But it was like, oh no, he won with the spine buster. What? But don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, it was a badass spine buster. But it was like, what? Okay. But anyways, I didn't mean to cut you off. Batista is your number 5 or 6.
6.
All right. Are you still done, or my turn?
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
All right, cool. My number 5 is none other than King Booker.
Oh, nice.
Though I do not have that many great matches, to say for Booker T, but he was an amazing heel. I hated him and loved him watching him on SmackDown, and he was so freaking entertaining. Especially that's it. It's King Booker. King Booker.
Oh, God.
Every week. Hilarious and annoying as hell. So, and he had a great run as world champion at that time. But like I said, I can't really. I guess the only one I could say is when he had that match with Batista. But that's when he lost the world title to him at Survivor Series.
Wow.
Yeah. Every other match, it was good. Don't get me wrong, but it was the fact that at that time his performance was on the mic. That's where he was
Yeah.
making the money, not the matches. So
Yeah. So he was mostly a talker in that era.
at
Now,
that time, yeah, he was mainly the talker. He was just working the crowd. So I'm not saying he did not had a bad match, except the one he had with Batista that I think it was like it ended in a no DQ. But other than that, it was decent matches. So
yeah.
yeah. So but Booker T was entertaining as hell as world champion, and I'm pretty sure he would not have that moment if he wasn't world champion. So I got to put him in my top. That's why I put him in number 5.
I get you.
Like on SmackDown, I loved him and hate him, but on pay-per-views and matches, it was just like, okay.
Yeah.
So, but that was my number 5 ever. Let's hear your number 5, baby.
My number 5. My list was hard because I'm like, oh my God, all these people. But number 5
Hey,
is Rey Mysterio for me.
number
Just of
5.
the way, like how, like the storyline, how he got the title, and how
Right.
he had it for a while after. I think how many months did he held it? Like 3 months, 6 months? The first one,
No, well, I don't know. He hold it all the way to the Great American Bash. So whenever the Great American Bash was,
July,
possibly.
August. Yeah.
Yeah. No, not August. August is
No,
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam.
So I had to be either late June or early, mid July.
Yeah. So
So
for me, I put him in the top 5 because it's like, oh, he had a short reign. I think both of his reigns were short. But at the same time, I felt like the storyline was like
I
that's
think
what
that
like
one, I
got
think
him.
that one he had a little bit longer. I think he was champion for like over 100 days.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's like, yeah, about like 6 months or something. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's why I felt like I put him number two because of the way he got it. He finally won it, so he's like the most underdog champion in history,
Right.
besides Daniel Bryan. But he's actually he's smaller than Daniel Bryan. But yeah, I put him number five. He got twice. Well, he beat Randy Orton and Kurt Angle for it, And then the second one, he lost it to John Cena. So he did have feuds. He did have some good feuds there. But I did put him five for that reason. That was hard because those other people, like, I could have put higher, but like, I like that one a lot for those two reigns.
Right.
Yeah.
So no, I agree with you. I mean, even though he's your list, but
Yeah.
yeah, putting him on that top, I agree with you in the top five because he did had a great feud with I want to say with the feud with Booker T was pretty short because it was just leading to the pay-per-view, but he had a good feud with JBL after he won the title.
And
But
Orton too on the way to WrestleMania, right?
no, well, yeah, but at that point he wasn't world champion yet.
Uh,
All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead with my number four. My number four is Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho is at my number four. My favorite run of his when was it 2008. So when he first won the world title on Unforgiven, he wrestled not one but two matches. He faced Shawn Michaels in a street fight. I'm pretty sure it wasn't called a street fight, it was something else. Unsanctioned match, I think it was.
mhm.
Chris Jericho lost that match, and later on, CM Punk was taken out by Randy Orton. So Chris Jericho, of all people, Chris Jericho takes
Mhm.
a spot, and he took advantage and walked out as world heavyweight champion. So from that point on, he had some great matches. He continued his feud with Shawn Michaels, having an epic ladder match for the World Heavyweight Championship, that a match that doesn't get enough credit, which is it drives me crazy.
Yeah.
And then he went on and had a feud with Batista. The only problem was he was playing hot potato with the title. Um, I didn't understand the purpose. Like, I feel like of all people, I feel like that should have been in that spot. It should have been CM Punk, to be honest. I feel like CM Punk should have worked with Shawn Michaels, should have worked, even though he did work with Batista earlier in the summer. But I feel like Punk should have been in that position to face Shawn Michaels, to face Batista again, or just continue the feud with Shawn Michaels until Cena. I feel like of all
Yeah.
people, I feel like he should have dropped the belt to Cena at Survivor Series. But unfortunately, it was Chris Jericho. Fortunately for CM Punk, it was Chris Jericho. But for us, it was Chris Jericho. So it was awesome because he was a great heel at that point. So like I said, he had some great matches with Batista. He had great matches with Cena. And from that point, it was just like, eh. But that, even though it was a short reign, that was like my highlight. Like that was like the highlight moment. And and that shows like that kind of, and that's one of the things that how wrestling was done back in the day, where it was like when you're the top heel, you're in the main event. You're either going to be in the main event picture or you're going to have be world champion. Now these days it's like you're a mega heel, and then you're just like, okay, cool, congrats. You get TV time, but it's like, you get lost in the shuffle sometimes. But yeah, that's why Chris Jericho, one of my favorite heels as world champion at that time. And then again at 2009, but it was a very short run. He won the title in elimination champ, or no, was it 9 or 10? I think it was 10 where he won the world title, but it was like I think he was only champion for like 2 months.
Oh,
He won
nothing.
it, yeah. But he won it, or was he? Yeah, yeah, about 2 months, I believe, because he won it the Elimination Chamber. Did not drop it at WrestleMania, but he dropped it a week after WrestleMania.
Oh,
So
wow. Hmm.
Chris Jericho, number four, baby.
Nice. My number four was your number eight, Randy Orton.
Mm,
I just put him up there because, like,
he's pretty high
w-
on your list.
yeah, because well, he's a four-time champion. He's the
Mm,
youngest world heavyweight champion in history.
mm.
He's
You give
he's good matches with Christian. Obviously, his feud with Rey Mysterio, Triple H,
right.
Batista. Overall, I think he had a great, career. Well, obviously, he first won it against Chris Benoit. Then, he was always facing, John Cena. I think they unified the belts. I think, right?
Yeah,
Him versus John Cena.
yeah.
Was he
But yeah,
technically
it
the
would.
last
But
champion?
tech,
No.
I mean, technically, yes. It depends on how you look at it. Was he the final world heavyweight champion? Yes, because they stopped the legacy once Randy Orton won the title.
Yeah.
Me personally, I felt like they should continue it because
Yeah.
that's what they did when Roman Reigns. I don't understand. So the final person to actually hold the world title was Brock Lesnar, but the last reign is on Randy Orton.
Yeah. So I put him pretty high up there because of all the stuff he did. Especially like I said, he was the youngest champion.
Right.
He's faced all these feuds. I think he had a feud with Cena, well, Benoit, Rey Mysterio, Kurt Angle. I think he had a few. Oh, he teamed up with Edge, but I think that was afterwards or before. I think.
Right.
Yeah, so pretty legit. That's what I put him for.
Well, my number three, I gave it to Batista. I like the build up from his match for WrestleMania when he first won the World Heavyweight Championship. Obviously, classic matches with Triple H. The best one was the Hell in the Cell, and then he had a feud with JBL. Surprisingly, was good. I watched that match. The Great American Bash was not expecting like that was a fight. I was like, oh my gosh, like they really took it to a whole different level. Same thing with SummerSlam. I think after SummerSlam, what I'm trying to remember who. Oh, that's where he had that feud and teamed up with. Was it a feud? I'll probably say a rivalry with Eddie Guerrero, leading into No Mercy. So, and then the whole Survivor Series, and then unfortunately Batista got injured in a steel. I don't know how he got hurt. I think it was I think he had a steel cage match. I don't know if it was against Mark Henry or somebody else, and then Mark Henry interfered. Uh so Batista had to surrender the title, fortunately. But yeah, like that whole year, it was just like nothing. Like I was a huge Batista fan at that time. So he had like some surprisingly a lot of great matches.
Hmm.
And obviously, when he finally came back, it took him a while to regain the world heavyweight champion. I think who did he won it from? Booker T. And it's funny because every time Batista would like he'll get hurt and then he'll get another opportunity at the world title. So because he was like a big mega star. And honestly, if it wasn't for all those times of him getting hurt and having time off, I feel like he would have been the John Cena. I don't think
Mm,
like John Cena would have still been the doing the rap stuff because
oh,
it's
really?
like yeah I that's my beliefs because like where because John Cena was the big because they had two big faces like they had the Stone Cold and the Rock, so it was Cena and Batista. They just didn't know who was who yet,
Yeah.
you know. And but it was just like all right, cool, you know. And it got to the point where Batista was getting hurt too much where like John Cena was given more opportunities to become a bigger baby face.
Yeah.
So
That's what
becoming, yeah,
happens.
yeah. So, but Batista was still he was doing
Oh
pretty
yeah.
well. But you could tell that it was getting to that point where Batista was like kind of like in the mid card picture. He was like co-main eventing because the events couldn't like rely on him as world champion at the time because he was always getting hurt every time he was in the on top.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, my Batista, like every time he was world champion, just like it was just great. He was just one of those guys where it's like he needed a title, to be honest.
Yeah.
Not that the belt made him, he made the belt.
Okay.
So,
Nice. Yeah,
so
my number three is actually John Cena. So, yeah,
you
like you
know,
said.
can I say I don't have John Cena on my list?
Oh wow, really?
I don't.
Wow.
I don't. Nothing against him. Obviously, I would put would he be definitely on my WWE list? World champion, like the WWE championship? Oh, most definitely. For the World
Yeah.
Heavyweight Championship, not so much. Not
No.
so much.
Because yeah, he was mostly like known for the WWE Championship,
Mhm.
not the World Heavyweight title.
Yeah.
But yeah, I put him at number three. I think the same thing you said. Like, during that time, like the Batista wasn't reliable, so they would have to have Cena as a backup.
Right.
I know he won it three times, so it's like controversial, like how he beat. I think he beat no, Mysterio's WWE champion. Never mind, not World
Mhm.
Heavyweight, but like I think John Cena's
He
just had good
defeated
feuds.
his first world championship was against Jericho. He defeated Jericho. His second one was at WrestleMania where he won it against Edge and the Big Show.
Yeah,
And the third time was Berto Del Rio. I think it was like in the Hell in a Cell
yeah.
pay-per-view, if I'm not mistaken. So,
I
but
think I think he does. For me, I think I put him there up there. I mean, there's a lot of people I gotta put up there. That's pretty tough because the list is could be tough to like rank people.
right.
For me, it's just more like you said, like Batista was always injured, so they could rely on Cena, and Cena was like healthy, 95% of the time. Or if he was injured, he'd be back like in like really quickly.
Hmm.
So I think that I put him up there because he was reliable as a champion, and Vince liked him. And he only had three reigns. Obviously, the rest of the what? How many reigns does he have? 16 belts total? 15,
Yeah.
16? Oh,
16.
the rest of them are WWE championships. So he was more of that kind of champion. But yeah, I put him up there because he had good feuds, and obviously the title reigns were a little bit longer or shorter, but that's why I
Right.
put him up there.
All right. Well, my number two, I got the rated R superstar. Hold on. The rated R superstar Edge.
Yeah. Oh, me too. Actually, we both got him.
It's Edge, bro.
Yeah.
It's Edge. Like if you watch Edge's career and you watch him, like the whole La Familia with the World Heavyweight Champion, the feud with the Undertaker, the feud with Edge. Oh my gosh, feud with Batista. You know, uh,
Hardy.
Hardy, Cena. So and a short, Alberto Del Rio. So it's like he had some great rivalries. He had some great matches. And me personally, obviously, the one was with the Undertaker because like they
Yeah.
really built it up for a long time. Um, I can't really think what else who he had a few. No, I wouldn't say Chris Jericho was the world champion, but he did had a feud. But obviously there was people who hold the title like Kane and Jericho, and Edge went after them to try to win back the world heavyweight champion. But yeah, like Edge, oh my gosh, mega heel when he was world champion because he was like even though he made the belt, but like his character, he's like, I need this title.
Yeah.
I need it.
You think
So
he saved his career too, though?
I think he saved both. Like I think the title saved his career, and then he saved the title's like legacy.
Because it's like it was kind of because I have him in as number two as well. Because I feel like if it wasn't for this championship, he probably will never be champion. I mean, they probably made him WWE champion a couple times, but like the
Hmm.
World Heavyweight titles, where it's like he won it seven times.
Right.
That's the most in history.
And
That's like
the long and he had a couple like long reigns as well.
I think he was number two, I think, or three in the longest, like
Because when
total
yeah,
combined.
because when he first won the world heavyweight champion, uh when he cashed in on the Undertaker, rumor has it he was supposed to be champion all the way till either SummerSlam or Survivor Series.
Hmm.
Uh and there was like a high chance WrestleMania because they thought the Undertaker was gonna be out
Oh, well,
like for the rest of the year.
oh, well.
Yeah, so the Undertaker was apparently gonna be out of the so so they knew like the buildup was gonna be Edge versus the Undertaker at WrestleMania. And and I think Edge was supposed to drop the belt to Batista. Like he was gonna be the guy. So it was either he was gonna drop the belt to Batista at SummerSlam or Survivor Series, or he was gonna hold on to the title all the way to WrestleMania,
Wow.
and he's gonna drop the belt to the Undertaker. But unfortunately, Edge got hurt. So
Damn.
I think that's when the Great Khali won the title.
Oh
And
my.
eventually, eventually Batista took the title off him. But yeah, so and then I think Batista was champion all the way to December where they had that triple threat match, which it was the Undertaker, Edge, and Batista, which is like it's like a crazy triple threat match that people forget about, where it's like,
Yeah.
whoa, that's a WrestleMania match, and we're getting it in Armageddon. So
Wow.
and yeah, it was just like from 2007 to 2000 like and 9, like that I would say 8 to be honest, just because Edge was still in that.
Yeah.
Was he still? Yeah. Well, no, Edge was still on SmackDown, so I would say, but I think they had the WWE Championship at that time. But with the
Okay.
World Heavyweight Champion being on SmackDown, it just went skyrocket from that point on, man. Like, geez.
And also like the just Edge's character overall, like you said, he was a mega heel, like the
Mhm.
with Lita and all that. Well, that was with the World
No, no,
Heavyweight
no,
or the WWE.
no. That was WWE.
Oh, okay. See,
It
I'm
was
like,
Vicky Guerrero
oh, okay. You
with
know what I'm
Chavo.
missing?
Yeah, Chavo
I don't know if
Guerrero.
this ever happened or not. Did he ever have a feud with Christian for the title?
Nope. That was supposed to
That's
happen in 2011.
that would have been that would have been like we're best friend. We were best friends, and now we're
Yeah,
like, because they both became world heavyweight champion. Like pretty much the only like well Christian the only title he got was the world heavyweight. So it's good like
you're
they
right.
both got their championships eventually. They did their dues, you know.
I mean, Christian got there a little bit later than
Or,
he should have,
yeah, yeah, but
but
he got two of them. So
yeah, but yeah, no, that's the one thing that we never got, unfortunately. So, I mean, we could have gotten it now if Christian
yeah,
Cage never decided to go with AEW. Like, why?
yeah. Now he's
Like, yeah,
working
that
with
and
Jack
that's
Perry.
yeah, that's what bothers me. Is like you have the opportunity to work with your best friend again, and you go to choose. I understand that they didn't WWE didn't offer him a contract, but it's like, why did you sign a multi-year contract with AEW?
Signed a 1 year contract and then like, okay, let
Yeah,
me
he
if they
signed a
call me
three.
now.
Yeah, he signed a 3-year contract with them. He's like, you could have done 1 year,
Yeah.
and then it's like, all right, cool, let me get my money. And then yeah, and then after what he did with a for AEW and Impact, he could have been like, do you guys want me? But no, he's stuck. I was just like,
Yeah.
man, you suck. Could have been working with Edge, could have feud with Edge. We could have had all these great matches. It could have been tag team champions, you know. We could have had the Edge and Christian versus the Bloodline. Can't, you know what I mean? The
Ooh.
Usos, the Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. Like we could have had all these dream matches, but damn you, Christian Cage. So,
Well,
but anyways, my number one is none other than the game, baby, Triple H.
me too.
From
Yep.
2002 to 2005, this SOB. I wanted him to get rid of it. Like I wanted somebody to take the title off him.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, somebody take the title off this guy. Finally, it took, Shawn Michaels, but obviously it was a short reign. And obviously at that time I didn't really care. Like it was just one, like I really wanted RVD to do it, but I was like, all right, Shawn Michaels got it, and then Triple H won it back. And it
Yeah.
was just like, all right, maybe Booker T. Nope. And then finally Goldberg did it. And then, you already knew it was, Goldberg was going to drop the belt to Triple H again. It was just the one.
Yeah.
Then it happened to it took from this, I think he won in September and he dropped it in December, back to Triple H in a triple threat match. And then Triple H dropped the belt to Benoit. And then he won it back from Randy Orton. And then I think he dropped it to Batista. And then that was it. So
Wow.
oh no, he won it again and it was vacated because I think Triple H got pinned or he did a double tap out or something like that. And I think they declare, I don't remember who it was. I don't know if it
Yeah.
was Edge and Benoit. They both won, but then they decided to like, okay, no, we're gonna have a tournament. We're gonna vacate the title, and Triple H won the title back at the Elimination Chamber at New Year's Revolution. And then that's when he dropped it to Batista. So when he won that world title again, after dropping it because he technically lost and they couldn't crown a winner,
Yeah.
because he double submitted or got double pinned, whatever. He won it back. So that was his last time winning the world title until he dropped the belt to Batista. He never won that world championship again.
Damn. I know. It's
Eventually,
like he won it 5 times, right?
yeah,
But so technically he hot potatoed it then. That's like two
yeah,
years. That's
yeah.
like
But
2 years.
the thing is, it wasn't like, oh, you're gonna win it this pay per view, and then you're gonna drop it at the next pay per view, and then you're gonna win it back at the other pay per view. Um, and then and then those times where he dropped it, it was because he dropped
Injury or
injury, or so, and then Shawn Michaels to have his moment, and also it was a new like match being introduced, and also to have Shawn Michaels' name on the title reign. So, and then obviously for Goldberg, it was because he was a former WCW guy, and also Triple H was hurt at the time.
And Randy Orton, he had feuded with Orton to help Orton, like grow
But
his
yeah, but Triple
and
he's
Batista.
Randy Orton was supposed to actually have a longer reign, world champion, but Triple H said I don't think he's ready, and then he's like,
Wow.
because apparently it was supposed to the original plan was supposed to be Randy Orton versus Triple H at Mania, and we ended up getting it at Unforgiven because Triple H felt like he wasn't ready. He's not
Yeah.
mature enough to carry the company. And he's like, basically, he's like, let me face him at the pay per view, and then you could decide then. At that moment, leading to the pay per view, Orton was gonna win.
Wow.
But then I guess Triple H or Vince was like,
Like,
obviously, yeah, he's probably like, yeah, you're right. So
but
Triple H won the belt back.
so I think Triple H made the right call because eventually Randy Orton, longevity wise, I mean, he's technically still employed to this day. I mean, he's not retired yet, but like I mean,
I
it
feel like
helped
he
him.
is, but yeah, I at that time I mean
Like
we
you're
can't.
next kid, but like you're not ready. We'll give you, give me a couple more years and you'll have 13 reigns of.
Yeah, and then the thing with the winning the world title, it's that moment.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just that moment of like, yeah, I won the title, and I don't understand why people want like a long reign.
yeah.
I really don't get it. I like to me, if I win the world title after WrestleMania, I would not care.
No,
I
you're
would
like
not care.
done.
Yeah, I'll be like, all right. Now, if I won it and we're heading towards WrestleMania, oh yeah, I want a long reign. Like I wanna be the main
Yeah,
event at WrestleMania, of course. But it's like literally after WrestleMania, I'll be like, oh, I don't care.
yeah. Because I think
So
Triple H total had 616 days, so that's like he had the longest combined reigns
how
total. So he
many
had it
days?
616.
Oh, he has the long race. I would assume it'd be Edge.
No, like total, like he had the total like reign. Yeah, no, that's the crazy part. Like, what if Triple H kept going? How much times would he have won it? Would he have broken Ric Flair's record? Because
Uh
he's at 14 or 15. He's at 15, I think, or something. No, he's at 13, I think, right?
Triple H, I think he's at yeah, I think he's 13 or 14.
I can imagine if like he kept going, he would have been like beating Ric Flair's record like years ago. Cena would not have been close.
I feel like honestly, if all people, I feel like as a top heel, I would say Triple H would have been the guy for it. I feel
Yeah,
like Triple H would have been the first guy to either. I personally think Triple H should have been one of the guys to tie with Ric Flair. Same with Edge. Randy Orton. I feel like Randy Orton should be the guy to break it. But Edge and Triple H, I feel like they should have tied it.
yeah.
Cena, I feel like Cena as a baby face should break it. Break Ric Flair, or obviously tied or break it. Who was the other person that I thought? Um, why am I throwing a blank?
Nobody else is close yet. I think
I
that
I would
was
say I would say Kurt Angle too.
yeah.
But
But
Kurt Angle,
currently,
yeah, Kurt Angle
like
didn't get that much opportunity at the World Championship. But to be fair, he left pretty early.
yeah,
But the amount of world titles he won since signing with WWE, I feel like eventually, if he would have stayed at WWE, I feel like he would have been like at least up there.
yeah,
But
that's
Kurt
true.
Angle, I feel like Kurt Angle could have definitely would have what should have been the guy to break it.
Because he spent his prime in TNA, right? It looks like.
Yes, he did.
So you imagine if he stayed in WWE, he would have been like up, like you say, he would have been up there. Like you never
Mm,
know. He would have
yeah.
been beat. He would have been
Well,
like
no,
12.
well, here's the thing though. The guys that he had faced, like Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Sting, they didn't have guys like that at that
No,
time. You know what I
no,
mean? So I
yeah.
don't think we would have been able to see Kurt Angle in his prime like that
Oh, okay.
because they weren't like guys like that back in WWE.
Yeah.
So
It. That's
like
pretty.
if those guys would have been in WWE, then oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
So But that was our top list of our favorite world heavyweight champions of all time. So, but yeah, I'm gonna run through my list because we're getting out of time. So, but I'm gonna run through my top favorite matches. I feel like that's what she would. No, not really, because I gave you my reason why I put them in my list. This I
Yeah,
don't have to give you a reason.
yeah.
So my top 10 favorite matches, world heavyweight championship matches. I got my number 10. I got Sheamus versus Dolph Ziggler that happened at No Way Out 2012. My number 9, I got Chris Jericho versus Batista, Cyber Sunday 2008. Number 8, I got Booker T versus Batista, Survivor Series 2006. Number 7, I got Christian versus Randy Orton at SummerSlam. Number, or sorry, that was number 7, right? I don't know if I said number 7 or 6, but number 6, Kurt Angle versus The Undertaker, No Way Out. Number 5, I got Edge versus John Cena, Backlash at 09. It was a last man standing. My number 4, I got Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan, Extreme Rules 2012, 2 out of 3 falls. My number 3, I got Triple H versus Batista in a Hell in a Cell match back in Vengeance at 05. My number 2, I got Jeff Hardy versus CM Punk at Night of Champions. And my number 2, I'm sorry, my number 1, I got Edge versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania. And then for my honorable mention, I got Jeff Hardy versus CM Punk SummerSlam in the TLC match, and then Edge versus The Undertaker in a TLC match as well, in a one night stand. So that's
Nice.
my top favorite matches of the from the World Heavyweight Championship.
Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Let me give you mine. I think I have them.
You think you have yours?
I have them.
Okay. I was like,
So
how do
my
you
so
think you have them?
so my number 10 is Batista vs Triple H, Vengeance 2005. Right.
Oh, okay.
Number 9 is Edge versus Jeff Hardy, Extreme Rules 2009. Number
Ooh.
8 is Rey Mysterio versus Orton versus Angle, WrestleMania 22. I'll put
Mm,
that higher, but I was actually there. But I'll put it
mm,
higher, but like I just felt like, it's up. It should be up there. Number 7 is Batista versus Taker, WrestleMania 23. Number
mm.
6 is Christian versus Orton, SummerSlam 2011 or Survivor Series. I put SS.
So SummerSlam.
SummerSlam. I put SS for SummerSlam and Survivor Series. Number 5, I put the Elimination Chamber at SummerSlam 2002 with Triple H, Booker T, Rob Van Dam, Chris Jericho, Kane.
That's Survivor Series.
Survivor Series, but SS. 4 is Jericho versus Shawn Michaels, No Mercy '08 in a ladder match. Number 3 is,
Mm.
you forgot
Yeah,
that one?
I forgot it. And I mentioned it earlier and
Yeah, I
I
know.
forgot to put that on my list.
Damn.
That would have been, I would have put that, honestly, I would have put that. Oh
Top
man,
5, you think, or no?
I probably would have taken out the Booker T and Batista and just move everything up. I probably would have put the Chris Jericho and Shawn Michaels out. I'm on number 3.
Nice.
Yeah.
Then my number 3 was Edge versus Taker at WrestleMania 24,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Number 2 is I put CM Punk versus Jeff Hardy, TLC, Survivor Series 2009.
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam. See, dude, what you got right there. And number 1, I put Triple H versus Benoit versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 20.
See, I was gonna put that number 1, but then I was just like, I was like, you gotta understand. At the time, as a teenager, even though I was a teenager at the time, I wanted to see Edge versus The Undertaker.
Yeah.
I wanted to see that, and I had to wait a whole year, a whole
Wow.
like yeah, for because it happened at WrestleMania. I got a little taste of it when it was him and Edge, Taker, and Batista in that triple threat match. I got a little taste, but it's like I wanted to see these two go at it because Edge
Yeah.
screwed the Undertaker, bro. Like, oh my god, he did him dirty.
Yeah.
And it was just like finally he got that win. But to be honest, I really thought Edge was gonna beat the Undertaker at WrestleMania.
What if oh my God, we could do a what if series. What if we do a what if,
What if?
a future episode, we could do a what if, like, what if John Cena, what if Edge beat Taker at
Oh
WrestleMania?
my gosh, that would have been like honestly, I realistic. Here's I know off topic, but realistic. I thought the two people that were gonna break the streak was Edge and Orton.
Yeah, I could see
I
that.
really thought that was gonna happen because later in years they both you saw the evolution of
Yeah,
how much
literally.
they evolved from the moment they met the Undertaker at WrestleMania to wherever, like years later. I honestly felt like WrestleMania 30 was the perfect time for the Undertaker to break the streak. Brock Lesnar was not the guy. Should have been, unfortunately, Edge was not it there, but Randy Orton should have been the guy.
And Lesnar didn't even want to break the streak. He was like, I don't want to do this. And Vince is like, you have to do this.
yeah,
Or no, no, I think Taker is supposed to win, but he had a concussion, so they're like, just
yeah. So
yeah,
Taker was just like, go over. I'm hurt.
yeah.
So it should have not happened that way. But honestly, 2009, Randy Orton should have broken the streak. That era of Randy Orton should have broken the streak. Uh
Was he like that when he was a mega
2002.
heel? When he was like that mega heel where he would like just punt people?
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, dude, that would have been
That
sick.
era should have like yeah, that one. Edge, yeah, like because obviously, yeah, that's a tough one. Like Edge should have broken the streak at that time.
Yeah.
And then so Randy Orton should have broke the streak at 2009. Um and I think that would,
It's
yeah, it would
tough,
have been,
right?
yeah, but it didn't. But
Yeah.
anyways, this episode was, this is our top favorite World Heavyweight Championship. Hope you guys enjoy this. So yeah, Everett, take us home.
All right, listeners and viewers, this will be it for this episode. I'm Ever, and this is Ian.
And we are out.
Bye, guys.
Doo doo doo.
Yay!